But what if I told you could cut down on 3 bricks and still end on a really competent like end board without having to sacrifice too much consistency? Like you're just adding consistency, just taking these bricks out of your deck. But yeah, I'm gonna put down 3 others. We're just gonna you know, go through the motions here. Usually you'll see these on like every single build. It's just 3 ofs, just standard 3 ofs. Shadow Squads, yeah, and Abyss Ryans, yeah. You've seen this in like every profile. Everyone's running 3 of these. So I'm playing only 2 Minstrel because I don't want to see this. Like, I want to see it, but I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Like, going first, I want to see it. Well, yeah, but you want to see this. Only 2 Abyss Pike. Ooh, that's not Abyss Pike. Only 2 Abyss Pike. So I wanted to cut down the amount of bricks in this deck, and I'm only running 2 of this because it's still... You take out a brick, right? Like Abyss Pike, you don't want to draw it, ideally. Well, you don't want to draw like multiples of it, ideally. It's still part of the fish engine. Like, you still at least need... I've tried it at 1. I hated it at 1. You still need at least 2 for the fish engine. Speaking of which, fish engine. We've got Coelacanth, Schiff. This is supposed to be... We're supposed to be putting in Ryo as well. Or General Ryo and the Lancia Synchro, but I'm still waiting for them in the mail. Infantry, it's infantry, you know, you play it. Same thing with Moon Glacia. And the spells and traps, well, the spell and trap, quote unquote, Triana stream. This is basically in every list that I've seen so far. Some people don't like Virtue Stream, but I totally understand. The second effect also comes up, and I'll actually show you a combo that you don't need to play 3 Abyss Pike, you don't need to play Abyss Gund or Armored Shark, and it's because of this card that you get to take 3 hard, like semi-hard bricks out of your deck. It's really cool. And then we're gonna go to the spells and traps. You have anti-hand trap. People are going to hand trap you. It's just something that's gonna happen in this format, you know. Being able to just called by a shifter, it's so good. I've also like went Minstrel, and then my opponent would like land it later on, hand trap me again. Say they would have like a hand of 4 hand traps, right? And they would hand trap me like twice, and then I just go, okay, triple attack, and then I take the only main deck, the only like engine card out of their hand, and then they just like they just can't play after you hand loop them. So after you hand loop them for like 3. So I like to call these cards the ash bait. This was a 1-for-1, but I cut it out because this just felt better into, oh shit. This just felt better into Ash. It's still like, and you being able to adjust your graveyards for Moon Glacia plays is really helpful too. But yeah, that's all the water stuff. Let's get into the hand traps. So, hand traps, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of hand traps. So we're playing, unfortunately for budget players, we're playing Full Loss. I was actually playing Perulia, but like most people in my general area play Malice instead of Ryziel. So yeah. But if you have more people playing Ryziel than Malice in your area, obviously you would change him out for Perulia, because Perulia is really good in that matchup, I think. Ash Blossom, everyone's trying to Molt Charm you. Everyone is going to try and just shotgun a Molt Charm on you. And I've had it happen. Ash really comes in clutch against those kinds of decks. Well, kinds of decks. That's like every deck. And then Imperm. Imperm's okay. It's good. It shuts off it shuts off Dual Drive. It shuts off Detonator on their turn. It's a good card. It's pretty good. But that is the main deck. That is 42 cards. This is my first build of this year. I got 12th place at a case tournament like 3 weeks ago, and the past 2 weeks at locals I went 3-1. Both instances, and like people were it's not even casual decks. Like people were playing like Fiendsmith, Kashtira, Tenpai, those sorts of things, like those mishmash decks. Also a lot of Malice. There is a ton of Malice at my locals, and I've been trying to learn that matchup as much as I can, and the win rate is getting better. But yeah, we'll go to the extra deck. The extra deck, we'll just kind of lay stuff out here. I suppose we'll just lay some stuff out here. We have 2 Bahamut Shark, 2 Toad. You're going to see that in basically every list. That's like nothing new. The links, you have Anemone, one Anemone, 1 Abyssalacia, and 1 King Neptibus. These are all really good. I don't want to play 2 of this. I'm not playing Zealantis. Every time I get to Zealantis, every time I'm able to summon Zealantis, I've basically won anyways by that point, so I didn't think there was any point in playing it. But yeah, the rest of the XCs, we have Virtue. It's pretty standard, I would say, in most lists. Dweller's crazy. You could just Moon Glacier check and see, or Minstrel and check and see if you need to make Dweller and pivot your combo into Dweller. It's just really nice. I really like that dynamic, being able to just pivot into like a Silver Bullet type thing is pretty sick. Abyssgaios, crazy card. Love Abyssgaios. This probably gets taken out for the new rank 7 that's coming in Suda. In a couple weeks. I think it's coming out in a couple weeks. I haven't tried it out yet, but let me know how good it is in the comments, please. And 1 Poseidra. Poseidra, fantastic. Poseidra just breaks boards. I think Poseidra is honestly the best card out of the new support. Well, new support. It's been out for a few months now. Poseidra is amazing. I've broken boards with this. It's people read it and they go, okay, let's go to the next game. Like it's just so good. It's just so good. And the last card for the extra deck I'm playing is Stealth Kraken. This card has actually won me games in time. I don't usually go to time with this deck because I'm pretty fluent and confident with my combos. So whenever I get my combo going, they ask if I can I usually ask them if they want to scoop, or if they don't, I just go and do the whole thing. But the couple of instances that I have went into time, I've summoned this and my opponent read it and they went, okay, you got it. This card is really good. This card also shuts down Fiendsmith. Well, semi shuts down Fiendsmith. Turning all the monsters on board into waters is actually very notable. Same thing with the Virtue Trap card. The Virtue Trap card can also do the same thing, essentially. But yeah, being able to make a Dryden, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice in this deck. And the rest of the extra deck, we have Porpoise. This really helps you play under Droll. There's a huge glare. I am so sorry. Porpoise, Dragite, and the Goatee of the Deep Yawn. I've actually only had to use this card twice. It's only come up twice, but it has really come up and really won me that game. Especially against Fiendsmith, because it would just summon their stuff, and I would just nuke the board, and they just wouldn't be able to keep playing. So that was really funny. But yeah, that is the extra deck. Another thing too with Dragite is because you're playing Nibiru, being able to play I really love that Dragite is I really love that Nibiru is good again, because Dragite helps you get Nibiru to your hand. It's really good. I think when I get my Lancia, I'm probably just gonna swap over to a different extra deck build. This could be Prima Donna, this could be Lancia most likely. But yeah, let's move on over to side deck. So side deck, I still, even though most people at my locals is only on Malice, I'm still playing Ultimate Slayer. Card's just so good. Being able to dump, being able to Minstrel, Pitch Dragoon, and then especially against Ryzeal builds, like the pure Ryzeal build, being able to go Minstrel, Pitch Dragoon, search or snipe a hand trap, and then search a Sea Serpent, and then going Ultimate Slayer, send Toad, and then Toad add back their Dragoon for even more pluses is just insane value. It's so good. Next 3 of, we have 3 Lancia. You know, it's Lancia, it's Malice Ryzeal format. You play Lancia, it's a 3 of. I think, honestly, it's very good against Malice. It's so good. 3 Thrust. I am playing 3 Thrust. I really like Thrust, because I've thrusted for Deep Sea Aria, I've thrusted for Extravagance, but I've also thrusted for Dimensional Barrier and Artifact Sanctum. Now that I finally got this in the mail, it's come up. It's really good. Those are fantastic. I really like Thrust in this format. Being able to get hand trapped and then just go, okay, search a turn skip is just so good, especially with this kind of deck, where you could just kill them on the crackback with whatever water gas you have, you know. But yeah, Harpy's Feather Duster, another thrust target. Yeah, pretty good against every back row, every back row deck essentially. Also, it's kind of good against Ryzeal too, because you shut down the field spell. You just take out their field spell, and then they're out of, they can't use the monster negate effects. So yeah, we also have, I wanted to round out the extra deck with 3 other cards. But I didn't want to play 3 Phantasmic because, again, you don't want to see 3 of this. You don't want to see, like, 2 of this in your opening hand. That's just kind of my logic with this. It's kind of my logic with this, and the other bit of logic is I actually wanted to make room for a 1 of Gamma Seal that you can search off Abyss Shrine and then just tribute over whatever big fuck asshole that your opponent has. So like I've tributed over Detonator with it, and they tried to bring it back, and then I just went, okay, called by. So you know, it's really good. It's a pretty good card, I think. Just being able to have that searchable 1 of to just out whatever big asshole your opponent puts down. Let's move on to a sort of combo portion of the video. With this build, without playing, sure, you're taking like 3 bricks out of your deck, but the trade-off is that Neptibus is now a 1.5 card combo instead of a 1 card combo for everything, which is honestly, on paper, sounds awful. Okay, I get I understand the seething, the booze and shit, but in practice, Neptibus being a 1.5 card combo it's not bad. It's really not bad. You're not sacrificing that much, you know. So 1.5 card combo. Okay, so we're gonna summon Neptibus, right? This is your card in hand. This right here is your card in hand. We're gonna normal summon Neptibus. Let me see if I can actually show everything. You'll normal summon Neptibus, right? You'll use the effect sending for cost. You'll use the effect sending Shadow Squad for cost, right? Here they can stop you by like Imperm Veiler this, and they have to have 2 hand traps to beat 1 Neptibus, right? So your hand of 4 other cards could be literally anything, and it would be just like if it's more extenders, that you basically just took out 2 hand traps of 1 monster, which is it's really good. So yeah, we're gonna go Neptibus send Shadow Squad. We're going to, if this all resolves, let me just show you the combo where everything resolves. Your opponent is an idiot and they don't know how to hand trap burn it. They don't have a single hand trap. Like, it's crazy. All they have is board breakers, right? And you're gonna have people with those kinds of hands, so it's not too unrealistic. But yeah, Neptibus. So this is the basic combo you would go for. Neptibus send Shadow Squad, and you would add Dragoons to hand, right? And then Shadow Squad effect, summon Abyss Pike, right? Still with me? Abyss Pike effect, discarding Dragoons. You're gonna search. You've basically seen this already. If you've already seen like a Mermail combo video, let's search Abyss Shrine. Dragoons will search. Where is it? Dragoons will search Moon Glacier. You know, good card, as I've been told. You'll go Abyss Shrine effect, tributing off the Neptibus, and you'll add Teus here. Neptibus to bring back Dragoons. So, still standard combo, right? We're gonna overlay these 2. We'll summon this. I usually summon it in the extra monster zone because you're gonna link off with the Bahamut Shark anyways. You'll summon this in the extra monster zone, Bahamut Shark. You'll go Bahamut Shark, using Dragoons to summon Toad. Okay. There we go. So, Bahamut Shark, detach Dragoons for cost, summon Toad. Dragoon's effect is going to search us. This is very important. It's very important to search Atlantean Heavy Infantry, because we're going to use the monster effect on board. We're going to go for Teus, pitching the Heavy Infantry. Summon Teus effect. You can just search up anything here. I usually just search up another copy of Shadow Squad, keeping the fish engine in the deck alive. And now, if you'll notice, we have 5 Waters Engrave. Sick, right? We're going to special Moon Glacier. We're going to rip 2 cards out of our opponent's hand, and that's what feels bad for them, but it feels good for us. So we're going to link these 2 off, summoning Coral Anemone, and then Coral Anemone effect, bring back Shadow Squad. And this is where we're going to use our unknown card, or our 1.5, our extra card. We're going to discard it, make these 2 level 7, and then we're going to make Biscayos, and then we're just going to slap Poseidra on top of that, and then we're going to link all that off and summon King Neptibus. We're going to use Poseidra effect to discard our Shadow Squad, and then special 3 level 3 or lower Waters. So we're going to summon just 2 idiots, 2 level 3 idiots, and then I usually like to place them like this in case I need to switch up the line or anything. But I usually bring them back like this. That's going to trigger Neptibus effect. So now we're going to search for Triana. You know. Now this doesn't look like much, but we're going to make a Virtue Dragon. The Virtue Dragon is going to search for the Virtue Trap card. Pretty standard stuff here. And now we're missing a body to make the second Bahamut Shark, but not really. So we're going to use Virtue. We're going to add back Atlantean Dragoons, and then we have an extra normal summon off of the heavy infantry. So we're going to normal summon, second normal summon, Dragoons. We're going to use Triana, if I could put it anywhere where there's no player. We're going to use Triana to bring back the Abyss Pike. And now you have fodder for your rank 4. So now, oh my god. So now we're going to make another Bahamut Shark. We're going to Bahamut Shark, detach Dragoons, summon the second copy of Toad. So, Mr. Frog. Pretty good. Dragoons effect. We'll search up just anything, but you can search up like anything. I usually just search up another copy of Neptibus, but you can search up like another copy of Shadow Squad and use it on your opponent's turn to make more follow-up for yourself. But yeah, we're going to link these 2 off. I'm gonna leave the Bahamut Shark on field because sometimes your opponent just your opponent's not breaking this your opponent's not breaking this board. They are not breaking this board. If they do break this board, you have like 4 or 5. You end up with like 4 or 5 cards for follow-up. So like you have follow-up for days, and they're just depleting resources as much as possible. But anyways, we're going to link off of Virtue and Heavy Infantry and summon Abyssalacia. So now we end on, and you also have to keep in mind you still have 3 unknown cards in hand as well. So these could be like hand traps or anything you really want. We're ending on Neptibus in hand, with Virtue, or the Virtue stream, face down. You have Abyssalacia, you have fodder for Abyssalacia, double Toad. Toad can just add back Heavy Infantry. If you want to, though, you can bump Heavy Infantry to 2, and instead of searching Neptibus, you could just search another copy of Heavy Infantry to already have that sort of discard fodder for Abyssalacia to pop something. But yeah, that's the 1.5 card combo. You've cut 3 bricks out of your deck. Keep in mind, this is a combo where you've cut 3 bricks out of your deck, so your deck is inherently more consistent, and you still end on like this much interaction plus follow-up for days. Like, it's so good. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I guess make sure to like and subscribe for more Mermail content. I could go into more in depth on different combos you could do with this deck. I really like this deck though. I've been playing it at locals like frequently. Like, I got 12th place at a case tournament with it out of 45 people I think we had, and it was a room full of Malice and Ryziel. Like, it was insane. It was so good. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, and keep playing Mermail, I think. I don't know.